The human scale secret to getting more business. Carla said something to me the other day. She's a friend, former colleague, subscriber to this newsletter, and member of The Obvious Choice. What she said to me was a reply to a story I told in this newsletter about working at the bank where Carla and I met. Carla pointed out that those years were a mine of stories for what I do now, which is true. Like the time I hosted the annual awards for the HR department and surprised everyone by announcing the award winners in a stop-motion film starring the HR GM and two of her directors. I'd had a whale of a time learning stop-motion for weeks and calling it work. As the MC, I also had a blast referring to attendees as a resource, as in, welcome resources! Yes, I called people resources as often as possible when I worked as a communications manager in HR. I considered it part of my job, which included improving employee engagement. My view was that it's pretty shit, unengaging in the parlance of HR, to call the person sitting next to you a resource. Actual example from my time at the bank. Manager in an email to the wider team, I'm a resource down today. Translation, Ivan, your friend and mine, is unwell and off work today. What I thought was everything the bank needed to know about substituting resource for person was that no one would call anyone a resource to their face. The method in my obnoxiousness was to break through by getting people to feel what it was like to be reduced to a resource. Businesses give themselves loads of excuses for ignoring feelings, but your client will never put their feelings aside because those feelings didn't fit on your Gantt chart. You can get away with a lot when dealing with employees that you can't get away with when trying to convert clients. When you want more business, you need to be thinking at the human scale, always. That's why a huge part of From Hello to Hooked, Write Your Welcome Emails in 55 Minutes is about easy ways to nail the human connection in your welcome sequence. And that human connection is everything when you're sending marketing intended to build that know, like, and trust relationship. If you have an email newsletter or you're thinking of starting one, you need to join us at this hands-on workshop next week. There's a link in your show notes. Stephen. You've been watching or listening to The Obvious Choice, the Tailist newsletter read by me, Stephen Lewis. You can get your copy directly to your inbox. There's a link to that in your show notes as well.